Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be trying out some new drugstore products, newer to me drugstore products. One of them is a new release, and that is the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. Really excited to try this out after doing my concealer video comparison, like ranking video. I thought, let's pick up some more drugstore concealer, and those are my favorite. Concealer, bronzer, contour, that stuff is my favorite. So when Wet n Wild came out with the Incognito, I definitely wanted to try it out. So as well, I picked up the Wet n Wild Pinch Me Pink blush. This is not a new blush, but newer to me. One of Emily Noel's favorite blushes, I believe. She was raving about this, so I wanted to try it out. And then this is a newer product to Hard Candy, well, newer to my area. It is the Instant Summer Bronzer, so very affordable bronzer. These are all very affordable makeup products. I created this look with them. I'm very pleased with the look that I created. So if you guys would like to see my thoughts on the products and how I created this look, then just keep watching. I'm gonna start off with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation, and I have this in the shade Classic Beige, and I think you can get it also in a matte formula, I do believe. Oh, snow. I feel like it's all I ever say in the beginning of my video or throughout my video. It's snowing again. Literally every week we've had like a major snowstorm that's either stopped the busing for school, closed the school, like closed a bunch of stores, and it's April. Everyone else is probably like planting their spring flowers and just like getting rid of all their winter stuff, and we are like in the middle of what feels like January. So I'm just gonna blend that in. I really like this foundation. It just gives you like a nice fresh look without being too heavy. So I have the foundation all blended out. It looks even better in person. I forgot how much I like this foundation. I haven't worn it for a while, but like it dries down nicely and it just melts into the skin really nicely. Like on camera, you're not getting, I feel like, the full effect of the foundation. All right, I was really excited to try out the Mega Last Incognito Wet n Wild concealer after doing like a concealer ranking comparison video. I thought it's time to buy more drugstore concealer, and this is a newer product to them, so that made me even more excited to try it out, and just loving the foundation so much. I was like, okay, maybe this will be a little hidden gem of a concealer as well, because the foundation is actually so nice. So I got this in the shade Light Medium, and let's see how she goes when I can get it open. So it is an all-day full coverage concealer. Yeah, so let's see how it looks and what it looks like. So it has the doe-foot that I like. This is similar to the Maybelline Fit Me. And for the sake of trying it out, I'm just going to add a little bit more than I would. It smells, what does this smell like? Not too bad. It's not florally, but it has a little bit of a scent to it. I'm going to blend it out with my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Blush, but I love this for blending out concealer. I think the shade match is pretty good. They didn't have a whole lot in store, but I'm sure on the website will be a bigger shade range. I'm just going to pat it in with my finger too. It kind of has a little bit of a tacky feel to it. And definitely covering up the darkness and the blue, not the blue, the purplish undertones, and the bluish undertones actually, bluish gray undertones. A little bit of emphasis in the inner corner on fine lines, but nothing too extreme. All right, that is both eyes concealed. And I have to say, for like the coverage, I feel like it is a fuller coverage concealer, maybe medium to full coverage. I don't need to set this because it kind of is setting down a little bit. Like it doesn't feel like it's dewy or anything, but it doesn't feel too heavy either. Like it's not, so there's a little bit of slight creasing in the really inner corners of my eyes. That's not a big deal, but like for it being a fuller coverage concealer, it doesn't feel heavy and it doesn't feel like it's emphasizing anything at all. Like in person, it looks just as nice as it does on camera. I just put a dab more just right in the creases there of my eyes, and I just wanted to see if you could like build it up, and it looks like it builds up pretty nicely. It's not pulling away at the concealer. It's lying, like it blended in really nicely with the foundation as well. It's not emphasizing any pores. I've never really tried too much makeup from Hard Candy, maybe when I was younger, but I can't really think of recently trying out any makeup from them, but I did see some newer products kind of pop up on the shelf there, and one of them was the Instant Summer. This is a bronzer, so this is in like a natural finish. They did have one that kind of had a little bit of like iridescence and shimmering in it to give you a little bit of glow. So this is Instant Summer Skin, captured the warm glow you get from spending a day in the sunshine. This weightless bronzer is infused with mango and cocoa butters to condition and nourish the skin and has a natural finish that blends seamlessly. So I'm guessing they're wanting to go for like the butter bronzer idea. 2 times softer softening butters, skin softening butters, but at a much more affordable cost. This is only $9, and there were 3 different shades there. I got mine in the shade Tan, which was like the medium shade, and it actually looks pretty decently, like it's got some depth to it. So we'll see how pigmented it is on the skin. So just kind of swatching it, it seems like a bronzer that you can kind of build instead of it coming off very pigmented at first. So I'm going to go in with a smaller dome brush first, kind of place it where I would use a contour and then buff it out a little bit with a flatter blending brush. And it does, like in person, on camera, the tone looks warmer. In person, it looks a little bit flatter and not as warm. So I'm just gonna put it along my forehead. So yeah, in the pan, it looks like it would be a lot darker than what it ends up to be on your skin, but I'm guessing that you can keep building it if you want. Go along my jawline. Now I'm going to use more of like a buffing brush and pick up a little bit and just kind of buff it on the tops of my cheeks. So is it like out of this world? No, but it's a decent bronzer. Like it's giving like a nice finish, like a nice smoothing finish. And I think for the cost, it's really nice. I'm just gonna take the bronzer now and use it as a crease color. I did step away from the ring light. I haven't tried this without a ring light, and looking at myself on camera, it looks different than it does in person. So when I stepped away and kind of was in the natural light, maybe I'll bring you over to the natural light and hopefully it picks up as well. But it actually, the bronzer looks really, really pretty and really smoothing on the skin away from the ring light. It has more depth to it as well. It's coming off a little bit lighter on camera than it actually is. So I'm just gonna place that up on the brow bone, just blend it through. And then just pop it in the crease as well. My son was just calling me. I guess there's no one in school today. The buses aren't running. So he wants me to come get him, but I was like, you gotta wait until I'm done my video, pal. So this is actually blending really pretty onto the brow bone. It's making my eyes look really blue. So I'm definitely liking this bronzer. Like, you always have your first impression of something, and then you kind of just gotta like wear it for a bit, try it a couple times, and just see if you actually really like it or you actually don't. That's just common sense. I don't know why I'm saying that. But wearing it on my skin now and just like seeing it away from the ring light, I'm really, really liking it. So I put on some of my mascara, but for whatever reason, it just felt like there was an excess on the wand, so it's just a little bit extra clumpy today. I tried to comb it out a little bit, but wasn't working. So now I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild blush that I picked up. I feel like I've seen Emily Noel rave about this blush, so I wanted to try it out. I got it in the shade Pinch Me Pink, and this is from Wet n Wild as well. And it looks like a flat blush, but there actually is like some iridescence to it. So I'm gonna try and swatch it and see. Oh yeah, this, I did a double swatch. This has instant pigment to it, so I'm excited for that. I've had some hit and miss with drugstore blush not having any kind of pigment to them. Some do, NYX, so much pigment, but some don't. So I'm excited to try this. I don't really have like a blush in a really kind of baby pink. I do, it's older though, so it's nice to get something new. So I'm gonna go in with a brush that's a little bit more dense because I wanna see this blush on camera. So I'm just gonna start out in the middle of my cheek and then blend it forward onto the apple. So it's definitely blendable. I gave it a good swatch, but I can see that I can really just keep blending this blush on and it will show. Yeah, like that is a really, really pretty baby pink. Like there's a little bit more rose to it. It's not super, super light pink, but oh, that's cute. That is like such a cute blush, and I am pretty like looking pretty ham on my blush right now in person, but I want you guys to see it. I feel like it's making my blue eyes pop even more and like giving me the Kylie Jenner really blush vibe. Emily Noel is always spot on her makeup, always, and this is definitely a hidden gem within the Wet n Wild because it's very, very buildable, but even with one kind of swipe, I was getting some good pigment, but it just layers on so nicely. I kind of washed away my bronzer, but this blush, so pretty. So I put on a little bit of the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Ice or Icy, let's see, Ice. And this is the final look. This is such a pretty spring look. I am more than pleasantly surprised with the products, with the concealer. Like, it actually dried down to where the creasing that I was seeing in the inner corner of my eye is not there anymore. Like, it looks so good. It, even layering it up a little bit more, didn't make it look more creasy. I think it looks really natural and it feels weightless, like I said, but this is a little hidden gem. This is actually so good. The bronzer is beautiful, and I kind of covered it up with all the blush, but seeing the bronzer away from the camera, oh, should I take you guys over there? Yes, let me take you guys to natural light. Okay, hold on. So this is the natural light, and you could just see how pretty and natural the bronzer looks on my skin. And the blush, I'm obsessed with the blush. I love it. Like, Emily Noel, she knows her stuff. Like, anything that she's ever recommended, I've loved. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a look that I am wearing when it finally is spring. But yeah, all products are, I'm trying to like keep you guys stable here with the camera. The products are very affordable. Like, I think all three of them together cost under $25. So an affordable makeup look, and the makeup is actually really nice quality. So yeah, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that you're staying warm if you're in the same situation I am in, and enjoying the heat and beautiful sun if you are somewhere else and in good weather during this spring. All right, I will see you guys again soon.